almost ready. So pretty. So skinny. Can't actually really do anything with it. Then good morning, everybody. Hi, Barely. Barely, if you want to bring up any of that stuff we spoke about before, today's a good day to do it. I'm just going to be blinging things. I'm almost ready. Oh my God, it's fucking hot. Can't stand it. Just warning you guys, I might be a little crabby today because it's fucking humid out. I cannot stand hot and humid. Cannot stand it. Loathe it. Hate it. Loathe it. Oh my God, I didn't even turn my timer on. Whoops. Alright, that's okay. Hi. Alright, so I'm going to show you what inspired me today. First, we'll do some chatting. Let me get my first cup of coffee and I'll think about it. You know what, I'm going to join you with this coffee. So, oh, and I have to show you my coffee thing because this is going to be key in understanding who I am. So first of all, here's my coffee thing. What do you notice about this coffee thing? And look at what I'm wearing today. And then look at my favorite purses that I made for myself. Do you notice anything? Notice any kind of theme here? Yeah. Why is my coffee thing leaking? Speaking of coffee, I was reading about cold brews and how cold brew is the greatest thing ever. And so I tried it. Cold brew essentially means I just take my my big 4-cup Pyrex glass and I put the coffee grinds in it, and then I put the water in it. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ, it's hot. And then I stick it in the refrigerator overnight and let it do its thing. That's cold brew. Oh my God, it is to die for. It is so good. It is. It's, you know how coffee has that kind of bitter taste to it? Not when you cold brew it. All the bitterness is gone and just all the flavor is there. It's so yummy. Now the last batch of coffee I bought was a very fine grind. And that is working great. I'll be right back. I'm dying. Oh, this fucking heat. I hate it so much. Ugh. God, the humidity's like 30 something and the dew point's like 50. And I'm like dying. I can't deal with it. And I don't have central AC. So primarily I use swamp cooler because I live in the desert and most of the time it's dry. And the swamp cooler just makes it like chef's kiss, perfect inside. And then August comes. And then it gets humid. Ugh. Like, I don't know how anybody can stand to live somewhere where it's humid a lot. Seriously, you know what they say here. But it's a dry heat. I mean, that is a real thing. All right. I gotta put my hair up. So we're just going to talk a little bit. So I'm inspired by my coffee thermos. And then on Amazon, I saw this and I was like, oh my God, I need this. Where is it? I just put it over here. Where'd that picture go? Where the hell's my picture that I literally just put over here? Oh, there it is. All right. Where do you see this? You guys are going to be like, oh my God, that's so awesome. La 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 la. All right, and then I saw this on Amazon. And I was like, oh my God, I need that. I need that. And then I thought, you know what? I can make that. So, and look, it matches my coffee cup, my coffee thermos perfectly. It's very me. Right? How cool is it? And look at the wires too. So I don't have, sadly, this stuff, but I'm just going to fancy it up and be happy with it. So today we're going to fancy up a couple different things. I'm just going to leave this up here because it makes me happy. We're going to fancy up these two things, and possibly we'll see how much time is left. We might do some watercolor painting, I don't know. And I'm wondering if I should use this or should use my Mod Podge. I mean, I'm a fan of Elmer's glue, but I do have this Mod Podge. Alright, and Barely, have you ever had cold brew coffee? I was talking about that. I think you were still off making your, god damn it, off making your coffee. It is to die for. It's so good. I was reading about the benefits of cold brew and how it's better for you. It's less caffeine, but also takes all the bitterness out of the coffee. So the coffee that I got is fine grind, and I thought I'd try it. And I did, and oh my god, it is so good. It is the most delicious coffee I've ever had. And all I do is take my 4-cup Pyrex measuring cup, and I put some coffee grinds in it, and I put my water in it, and then I put a glass plate on top and stick it in the fridge overnight, and in the morning it's ready. It is the most delicious coffee I've ever had. Do I want to put any of this stuff on? Maybe. So I'm going to bling this up because the shops where I have my stuff out, you know, you can put your little promos out. And everybody has to bring their own thing. So everybody's things are like this. And I figure if I bling mine out, it'll stand out more, right? People's eyes will be drawn to it. Because there's a million, you know, all the artists who have stuff in the shop have a thing in the shop. And I feel like, you know, instead of just being in a sea of everything, my cards are a different size than the regular business cards. So that stands out a little more. And B, blinging it out. Now, they might tend to put it in the back because so it stands up higher so it doesn't block the ones in front. But then B, if I bling this out, it will stand out too. I'm bringing all my bling things up. Ooh, you know what? I know I have some particular blingy things that I want to use that are real pretty. And then I have this. This is real pretty too. I don't know if I want to use that for that though. So, and then I do have these beautiful things, but these I'm going to put on here. So I think I'll start with that because you know why? That'll be easy because they're all self-stick. Yay for self-stick. Oh, there's one more thing in here I gotta get. Gotta love the self-stick stuff. And these are a couple that used to be self-stick and then I think they fell off. Or maybe they weren't, I don't know. And then I have some really pretty, they're like Swarovski style crystals. They're very shiny. I'm not seeing them anywhere. Where are they? Ooh, these are good. They're small. And they're purple. And therefore they rock. Where's the, I swear I just had them out. Ooh, and these are good too. Because I was using them in here. No, they're not in here. They should be right here. Ooh, and then there's glitter. Oh, I know where they are. They're in my project bag. Well, you know, this is not a project bag, but this is my fancy schmancy yarns and things bag. Ooh, this one's pretty. These are really pretty. So I have a nice plethora of, ooh, I really like this too, of fancy things to use. Why is that like that? That are sort of flat ribbony type things. Now I wish I had a wider ribbon. I thought I had some wider ribbon in here. I know I have wider ribbon. I just don't know where it is. That's the problem when you have so much stuff. All right, I gotta get my project bag and look for a particular thing I'm looking for. So the other danger is when you have, I think I'm going to do this one instead, because that's my travel one. This one's my around the house one. I have 10 project bags out at once. So I'm working on various different projects. Ooh. Now this is perfect. All right, definitely using that. And you know, I like this too. Oh no! Oh, tell me it isn't so. Did my glitter spill in here? No, it's just dirt. From being outside. How is there so much dirt in there? What the hell was I doing? Oh, I know what it was. I was carrying a catnip plant that I was given to somebody. And no, my things aren't in there. Well, that's okay. I have enough. Oh, wait. Wait. Is this it? No, but you know what? This might come in useful. Self-seal. No. Alright, well, I don't know where they are. It's fine. Oh wait, I do know where they are. They're in this drawer. Wait, no. Did I leave stuff in this drawer? Yes, they're in this drawer. Yay. Alright. So that's the danger when you reorganize your office and like everything is now has a place where it belongs, but then you can't remember where they are. Good morning, GM. Okay, these are super shiny. But I want the blue ones. I have some real super shiny blue ones. can only find them. Well, I'm definitely going to need some of these. Possibly these. Where's my super shiny blue ones? Possibly this. You know, I really shouldn't bring everything out. I got no space to work now. Oh, here they are. Yay. Ooh, those are pretty. Got the butterflies. Oh, my egos. Ooh, those are pretty. Might want some of those. Okay, here they are. Okay, this is what I've been looking all over for, these real pretty, super shiny ones. Those, specifically those. I mean, have all these too. All right, now I need a place to put all this shit so I have room to work. Whoop, don't want those. These can go in here. All right, you can just all go right here for now. Then I'll know you're right there by my right hand, because we're going to start with the ribbons. And then we'll just have everything right there within reach if we need them. Thank you for the markers, GM. Those were perfect, those fine markers. Oh, I've been using them a lot already. I appreciate that. I had 0 fine tip markers because I, never really did the art stuff before. And for writing, I hate the fine tip. Okay. You know what? Let's start with the easy thing because it's small. And we can put the self-stickies on there. So we're going to bling this up. Watercolor pencils. I don't think I have any watercolor pencils. Oh, you're talking to Barely. Sorry. I thought that was Barely saying that. Let's see. Let me catch up on chat. Damn girl, Bejeweled Charger barely says braided cable is great. Yeah, it is. That's my home cable. This is my travel cable. But yeah, all the ones I buy now is braided cable. I think I saw those at Michael's. I actually saw some up at a store called Grocery Outlet near us. And then I was like, the universe is telling me I need to make one of these or fancy up my thing. Maybe pre-made off the shelf, never made at home. Good morning. Barely watercoloring. Have you done much with watercolor pencils? And you're welcome for the fine tip markers. All right. Now I'm going to switch to my closer up glasses. Oh my God, I look like the We Do Not Care Club lady. I could probably just put one. I'd actually be happy just with one. I don't need to cover the whole, well, you know what? Yes, I do. I need to cover the whole thing. I'm going to cover it with this color because it's pretty. And it's thin. And I've been wanting to use this. Or, you know what? This color is real pretty too. And thin. It's like a ribbon. That's very pretty. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. This one's kind of fuzzy. This one's not. I think I'm going to go for the non-fuzzy. This ribbon is so pretty. Ribbon, fancy yarn, whatever you call it. Stained Glass by Nume. That's an N. Oh, I see. That's an N. Chick in the flower. Nume. That's an, I would say, on the, I mean, it's pretty, but, you know, getting an N out of that, I would never get an N out of that. Care instructions, blah, blah, blah. What do they call this? They don't call it thread or yarn, they just call it stained glass. Alright, finding the end. Oh, but look how far apart the stained glass thingies are. This may not work. And finding the end is always a challenge. There it is. Yay, I made myself wrong. Let's see what that's going to look like. That's not going to work. I don't think. Well, we'll see. We'll see how much I have to do. And I cannot get this song out of my head. And it's really annoying because it's this great song by Saja Boys from K-pop Demon Hunter soundtrack, which is amazing. And every time I ask Siri to play Saja Boys, Siri keeps giving me somebody called Soulja Boy, Soulja, and I'm like, no, I don't want Soulja Boy. I want Saja Boys. I mean, come on, Siri. Every freaking playlist I have is K-pop. There's no hip-hop in there, or rap, or whatever Soulja Boy is. I don't even know who it is. Like, I know not one Soulja Boy song. No, don't like it. Don't like it. The stained glass pieces are too far apart for my taste. Stop unraveling. Alright. This goes away because it is useless. Barely says I haven't tried watercolor pencils yet. Seen them but never used them before. The message, tried watercolor markers but they were cheap and not great. That was the auto-modded message, which is expired now. I can't bring it back. Sorry. What's this do? Turbo. I don't know what that does. GM says, Barely Watering says, I tried watercolor markers before. They were not of good quality and were really, really bad. That's another word for cheap. I tried the pencils, but I realized I don't have great fine control. It would probably look like chicken scratch, or it would look like a third grade project. And then GM says, I bought the pencils and haven't used them, but I was just given a book for beginner floral painting, and on some of her florals she uses watercolor pencils. Ooh. I think those are going to be great, GM. I mean, you can have so much control over that. My favorite medium to work with back in the day when I did art before I became a career person and stopped doing art. I'm so happy I'm a retired person and doing art again. But back in the day, my favorite medium to work in was always charcoal. I loved charcoal. It just seemed like, you know, you have so much control over the charcoal. And I did some really great portraits of friends with charcoal. Well, actually a colored pencil too. Okay. I guess we'll just use this. because it is my color. Where's the end? Here it is. I almost hate to use this because I want to save it for things like purses and things. But on the other hand, it's my color. So what is the best way to attach this? I wish I had some super glue. Do I have any super glue? I think I'm out. Should I just cover it with glue after I wrap it all around? Yeah, that's gonna work. Ooh, that's pretty. And then we'll put some bling on top of that. Alright, we're gonna try that. Or, I don't know, I kind of also just like it with just this. Oh, I wonder if I can just color this with marker. No, not watercolor marker. Oh, I know. Ooh, I'm gonna put my metallic silver paint on it. That'll work. And then the bling thing. Oh my god, my desk is collapsing. I've got too much weight on it. Okay, there. Alright, that's what we're gonna do. Now I need some water. Well, no I don't. I'll just do it. Oh. Clean the brush after. Do I even need a brush? You know what I really should use is a Q-tip, so as not to mess up my brushes. Yeah, I'm gonna go get a Q-tip. I gotta learn to keep stashes. But then you have stashes of shit everywhere. Shoot, I don't think I turned off my iMac. So let me know if the stream integrity goes bluey or anything. That's pretty, pretty, pretty. So all this is going to do is make it shiny. It's pearlescent white. I wish I had, oh, you know what? I have silver Sharpie. I should have put that on. All right, we'll put that on the other end. Metallic silver, my favorite color. Well, now I gotta wait for that to dry. But I can probably stick the bling right on it. And I do just buy the silver ones. My other ones are like kind of silver color, but this one's old, so it's my travel one. And you know what? This is my zen. I'm starting to like really, before I was kind of, I really want to do my gaming streams. I want to do gaming streams more. And now I'm like, ooh, I really want to do my creative streams. Since I kind of opened it up to being more than just crochet, and I'm just doing, because you know what, it gives me time to do things that I'm like, ooh, I want to do that, ooh, I want to do that, and then you just never get around to doing it. When I come on here, that's like my time to do it. Things that I don't need, but that I want just because they give me joy, which is uber important, to have joy in your life. Oh, I gotta show you my water, barely. You'll see what I was talking about, because it looks absolutely nothing at all like the original dudes, and it looks nothing at all like yours, which, by the way, when you switch to that paper, holy cow, what a difference. That was just stellar. So yeah, if you guys like watercolor painting, check out Barely. Ooh, I like that much better already. Just kind of shiny silver, and this one's kind of still white, but it's shiny now. Shiny is the most important thing. Shiny is the most important thing. Now, if I just stick this in the paint, do I still need glue? I think I still need glue. I happen to have 2 of those, so that works out perfectly. Always make sure you cover your markers. All right. So let me just put a dot of glue on this. I love Elmer's when you just need a dot. Ow, 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 that really hurt. Wow, these fucking tweezers are sharp. They're coming out the bottom. That'll stay. I really poked myself good. Oh, and I was watching one of my VODs from my last creative stream. Oh, the sound is so much better since I moved my microphone. It's a little higher now. All right, pretty and shiny and good enough for me. That's really all I wanted. All right, so apparently I used too much glue. It's moving out of place. Now I got to just set this somewhere to dry. That's what these are for. Let's attach that over here. Okay. And then put little ones on this side. Don't want to cover it with these purple and maybe this yellow or gold or orange or whatever. Ooh, look. You know, these are actually kind of nice. They're not my color, but they're pretty. And I was looking at these. These are going to be too 3D, I think. I mean, silver and gold. Silver and purple. I think these are skinny enough to use. I think I'm going to use these. So the best way to do this, I think, is just go ahead and spread some glue on there. You know, because everything's an experiment. You guys know this about me. I'm a real kind of fly by the seat of my pants kind of person. What a weird expression, fly by the seat of your pants. What the hell does that mean? Who came up with that? I mean, we know what it means, but why does it mean that? It doesn't even make sense. Hi, Generation Zoomers! Oh, I was watching your game last night. So cute. Barely says, seriously, switching to Arches paper made a freaking difference. I bought more because of it. I don't blame you, man. It really did. It was great. Let's put these in here. I'm just fucking around today, Jen. Zoomer. Blinging things up. This might not work. Ooh, I like it though. Ooh, I like it. I don't care if it's very 3D. I like it. Look how cool. Oh, look how pretty. Oh, that is so pretty. And then what I'll do is after it dries, I will spray it with some varnish, I think. Just for that extra, make sure it stays on. Oh! Hell is that? Bling, 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 bling. Oh, now that song's going to go through my head. That one that was the dance craze. Tick, 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 or whatever it is. I love that dance challenge. I can watch people do dance challenges all day long. I do them at home. God, I would never, ever, ever be brave enough to do that on the internet, for God's sake. So, you know, I really hand it to people who do. But the ones who do post them, it's because they're good at it. Oh, I am loving this. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that, you guys. Talk about some bling, 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 bling. How pretty is that? It's not pink, but it's purple. Next best thing. Oh my gosh. I should, oh no, my bling moved. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Don't dry right there. There. A little too much glue on that side. I'm going to have to do that to this side now too. Do I have enough purple left? That is the question. But I'm going to have to, man. I mean, look. I can't... Well, I mean... Yeah, I think I need to do it to this side too. Alright, let me put this side now in the... in the holder. Desert Dragons, are you here by any chance? I miss you. Oh, hey, wait a minute. You know what? I'm supposed to have an extension on here. Why is it not working? How do I make it work? I need to figure something out here on my dashboard. extensions. It's supposed to be turned on. I thought it was turned on. My extensions. Why is it not showing? How do I make it turn on? Configure this. Setting up component mode. After select set component, your extension will appear in the list of extensions in component mode on the right side of my stream. Well, that's what it says. Oh, okay, let me look there. I gotta go to my dashboard. I don't see it. Oh my God. Oh. Alright, edit your extensions while being live. Click the extensions cog to follow the configuration. Well, I've got it turned on, I think. Why is it not coming on? Does anybody know why my extension isn't coming on? Technology is never my friend, right? Here, my extensions, I've got my extensions up. So, setting up overlay, Prime Gaming Benefits Reminder extension. After setting, select as overlay, navigate to Stream Manager page. Oh, I have to make it an overlay? But, configure, drop down, click on the drop down button and select between component mode and overlay mode. Well, I have it in component, which is what the picture is. I want it. Parts are optional, parts are architecture, blah blah. I hate this. The help on Twitch is all just fucking techno speak. Shown to your placeholder. Why can't you speak in normal language for normal people? All right, so set as overlay 1. Performing this action will cause the following extension to be deactivated. This extension is bits enabled. If you replace this extension, your viewers may not be able to join. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's going to replace my 7 days to die. Let's see, but is it showing up now? Because I can always just change it back. No, it's not showing up. What the hell, game? Oh wait, yes it is. Okay, it's just not showing up on OBS. Oh, sweet. Oh, this is so cool. Alright. Neato. Alright, that worked. But it didn't work as a component. Why can't it work as a component? Component 2. See now, I don't need polling. Polling is component 1. How do I deactivate it? Deactivate. Overlay 1. Can I make this component? Set as overlay 1. Let's make this component 1. Why is my other one not showing? Oh, now nothing is showing? I want my latest follows to show. Go to set, authorize. Oh, I have to authorize it. Okay, is it on there now? Why is it not on there now? I authorized it. Ugh. Reauthorize. Go to settings page. Sign in with Twitch. Right? There are so many cool ideas. I'm like, oh, I want to put this on my stream. I want to put this on my stream. Unlock your new. Continue in browser. Connected. All right. So, next. I don't understand this. What the hell are you telling me? I don't want these overlays. I just want the damn extension turned on. That's all I want, really, seriously. All I want is the damn extension turned on. Configure and customize. Instant setup for OBS. Well, you know what? Let's skip the onboarding and just go to configuration. Alright, you know what? This is supposed to be a push the button and it shows up, and it's not happening, so I'm not going to use it. So fuck you. Why isn't it working? Oh well, that's okay. The one I really want on there is on there. And of course it's really fucking hot. So I'm getting very annoyed very easily. Alright, whatever. I don't care. I don't care. Let's just get back to doing the fun things. Thank you, Barely. I appreciate the resub, by the way. So the extension I put on there, and are you guys seeing it, by the way? It's a little pop-out thing that is the reminder for Prime, because all my subscribers are like Prime people. But I think on mine it was only popping out when I moused over to the like right edge of the screen. And I think it's only supposed to go into the right edge of the screen after they already clicked and seen it. So I'm not sure. I swear to God, I rely on everybody else to tell me if shit's working or not, because I can't figure it out myself. No, there's a stray orange one. I mean, I guess the stray orange one is okay. It's not right out on it. I don't want the stray orange one. Purple, purple. Wow, is it going to make me do these individually? I don't want to do them individually. Please don't make me. And you know, this is the kind of stuff that who would not enjoy having a pretty bling cord like this, right? So I highly encourage everybody to craft along, because otherwise, when else are you going to sit for an hour and do it? And if you don't have blingy things, you know what? You don't have to use blingy things. Just use whatever you want. Color it with markers. You know, put some rainbow stripes on it. Make it you, man. Make it you. Get some pretty pictures of, you know, flowers or whatever your race cars, whatever your thing is. This is potentially too blingy for men who have not enough security in their masculinity to enjoy blingy things. Isn't that terrible how I classify? Oh, it's too feminine for you? What are you, not masculine? What are you, not secure in your masculinity? I'm so mean. But that's okay. Barely says, I had to refresh the stream, but your add-on is working. There's a claim your sub button you can hit when you hover over your stream, and the add-on lets you see recent followers. Oh, cool, thank you. The recent followers was the one that wasn't showing up for me. So maybe if I refresh, let me see. Oh, thank you, Barely. You guys, I swear, you are literally the best people ever to hang out with. You guys help so much. Oh, yay, it's there. Because, you know, I think it's nice to give the followers a shout out. I'd like one of those for subscribers, too. I will have to ask ChatGPT where to get one of those and how to install it, because whenever I go to Twitch help, I just don't, it is so frickin' techno speak, I don't understand what the hell they're talking about. Like, I went to the Twitch help for this extension thing, and it started talking about JSON files and writing code, and I'm like, seriously, all I want to know is what button do I push to make it fucking work, man? Which ChatGPT gives me. Thank you, ChatGPT. Speaking of ChatGPT, oh my god, I was up so late last night because I was writing this story on one of my AI chat apps. And it came out so good. Oh my god, it's like epic. But in the app, the format of this app is there's like a creator creates a character and a prompt, an opening prompt, and tells you what the situation is with this character. And I go for all the angst characters. I don't know why, because I just do, like all the cheaters or the people that are like doing something that piss you off. And I think it's because my inner revenge freak comes out. And I think it's also, honestly, I think it's therapy. It's an empowerment thing, because I, for a lot of my life, had a hard time standing up for myself. And so when I write these stories, so you're one character and the bot is the other character, and then the creator sets up the prompt. And I always end up like having my character stand up for herself and, you know, do all the healthy things that one should do that I didn't necessarily do for a lot of my life. And so it's basically, you know, it's basically cathartic writing therapy. And so there was this one bot, and plus I just enjoyed bot wrangling. I love bot wrangling. It's so much fun. And there was this one scenario and bot that I did like 6 times before it finally was like, wow, yeah, this is a great story. So I'm taking, when they do come out really great like that, I'm taking them and I'm putting into a book. I'm actually making a book of these short stories in pages. And because they come out in role play format in the app, what I do is then run them through ChatGPT and have ChatGPT change it to third-person narration throughout so that it is more like a novel story. And, oh, this story is so good. So it's set in, it's basically, think costume drama, Japanese costume drama. And like olden times costume drama. And there's a guy, and he's called the Daimyo, which I don't know how to pronounce correctly, so I'm just going to say daimyo. And the female character is a concubine. So in the opening prompt of the story, the daimyo has only the one concubine, and they have this sort of like epic love kind of relationship. Like this particular concubine, she challenges him, she argues with him, she talks back to him, she defies him, does all the things that nobody else would dare do with the daimyo. Because, you know, everything's very hierarchical in those things, and you don't argue with the Lord, you just do what he says, right? But he loves her for that fiery nature because nobody else gives him any smack back. But then the emperor sends him to war, so he's away at war for 2 years. And then when he comes back, he's got this other woman with him, and he says, look, this is going to be my second concubine. And in the opening prompt of the story, they talk about how most daimyos have, you know, several concubines, as many as, you know, 5 or 10. And to have only one is kind of, he's whispered about behind his back, and he's, you know, considered a weakness. But he doesn't care because that's how strong their bond is, right? So that's all set up to show how strong their bond is. So when he comes back with this other woman in tow, like unexpectedly, the first concubine, of course, gets pissed off. And he's like, look, this other one, she's just duty. You're the one that's in my heart. And so my character's like saying, duty? What kind of duty is that? Fuck you. That's not duty. That's bullshit. She's like not accepting his bullshit excuses. And so what it turns out, the story behind is that this other woman was the daughter of a samurai warrior that he fought beside in many, many battles. And he met her in their battle camp. And her father died saving his life. So her father took an arrow that was meant for him, and so he felt duty bound to then kind of protect her and bring her back and give her, you know, security and a life, because all she had was her father. And back then, a woman who was left alone like that would basically kind of be fair game. But he fucked her, right? So that was not good. So the first concubine, she's like all pissed off. Bear's ego grew 3 sizes that day. I gotta read the chat. or women who are not into bling, right? Barely aw shucks, Bear's ego grew 3 sizes that day. Okay, so she's like, you know, fuck you, duty, blah blah blah, whatever. I'm leaving. I'm out of here. I'm not going to share you. And if you're telling me that I'm a concubine and nothing more, and I have no choice but to accept it, then you know what? I'm out of here. Oh my God, I love this so much. So here's my new cord. With the blingy things. And you know, that one little diamond thing gets a little lost in there, but I don't care. Look, I love this. I absolutely love these. I am so happy with these. This makes me really this is the kind of shit that makes me happy. I'm just saying. It's the small things in life that makes you happy. Okay, let me hang these to dry. Out of the way. Okay, next up we have this guy. So black is a good background color. I'm fine with that. I want to use this on it. This is, again, is my travel. It only has one. I mean, look at this whole big thing. It's old and it has only one connector. But that's all I need when I travel. Oh no, this just fell off. What the hell? This is old, and I guess it's starting to fall apart soon. I don't even know what this came off of. See, it's missing some things. Can I get you back in there? Oh, these were hole punched in. But the back side is kind of all worn off. And I don't remember what this came on. I have no idea. Damn it, get back in there. So it's good that it'll be glued onto something. Now, I guess this side, because it'll cover all that text. You know, all the safety information. Let's just cover it. Who needs safety information? Oh, so my story. So then he's like, no, you can't leave. And he's all getting on her. And then, you know, so basically the scene is set up where when he arrives, he's got this woman with him. But the first thing he does is go to his first concubine and he like gives her a passionate embrace. And he's like, you know what, I'm going to come to you tonight. Which sets up, again, their special relationship that he's bringing home this other woman, but he's basically kind of dumping her off when he gets back. And he's going straight to his first one, who is, of course, rightfully pissed off that, you know, her guy that she's been waiting for 2 years, praying for him to come home from war safe, writing him letters every fucking day, comes home with another fucking woman that he slept with, right? So over the course of the argument, he says that he slept with her. And he's like, what else could I do? I had to bring her here, duty, honor, blah, 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 because her father was killed. And since I slept with her and ruined her for marriage, now I have to, you know, I have to make her a concubine. But you're the one that's in my heart, you know, like this bullshit. patriarchal bullshit, right? So she's like, fuck that. You want her, you can have her, I'm out of here. And he stops her. And over the course of the conversation, though, it comes out what really happened. And what really happened was he only slept with her once, because he had been making it sound like he kind of slept with her, and he made it sound like, you know, she said what happened, and he said, you know, I offered her, I had to, he's like, I fucked her so she wouldn't starve. And she's like, that's bullshit. Fucking someone doesn't keep them from starving. Feeding them does. Right? You know, giving them a home and a roof over their head and food in their belly. That's providing for them with honor and secure, and, you know, providing for their security. And he says, I offered her gold and a home, and she wanted this, and I was weak, and I gave it to her, right? So that was how he started saying it. But as their argument progresses, it comes out, you know, the first concubine at some point asks him, how many times, you know, how many times did you bed her? And he says, once. And he says it was the night that her father was killed. And he was killed taking a bullet for me. So it was coming out that this guy is actually traumatized by what he had seen on the battlefield. Not that that's an excuse, but there was a really bloody, horrible battle that day, and the guy died in his arms after taking the arrow that was meant for him, and he got traumatized by it. And then he went out and got super drunk, and he was in trauma you know, he was just in like trauma shock, and he was drunk, and he went to her, and let's just say consent was dubious. Where did I just put the thing? You know, she said, because the concubine was like, what were you thinking? Why would you think she wanted sex when she was grieving right after her father died? And he was like, I looked at her and saw her crying her eyes out, and I thought of, you know, this would have been you if it had been me who had taken the arrow, and something in me snapped. And then she was like, you didn't, you know, you didn't, that was just how she phrased it, because she like couldn't even finish the sentence. You didn't. And he said, not really. He said, no. He goes, she said yes, but it was the kind of yes that you give when you've got a blood and battle crazed, drunken daimyo in front of you, and he's like, I didn't pin her down and force her. She said yes, but it was the kind of yes you say out of fear, not the kind of yes that you say out of, I want this. And he says, she cried the whole time, and then I cried after. And so it comes out that, you know, the reason that he's bringing her back and going to ensure her financial security and her everything else security is because he is racked with guilt, because when he came back to his senses, when he came out of his trauma mode, he realized what he had done. This story came out so good, I'm telling you, it's like all in the feels there. And he's kind of torn with guilt. So the first concubine, she sees that, you know, because she knows he's not that kind of guy, like that he would never ever be that person on a regular normal day, because that would be so completely against his code of honor. And that he was, you know, it was a war trauma thing, and that he was ashamed and still traumatized after. And she also takes pity on the other woman, because she's like, you know, what you did to her, that was, you know, really fucked up, obviously. So she doesn't consider the other woman like competition or anything like that. She's not jealous. She feels pity for both of them. And so she says, I'm not excusing what you did. War is never an excuse. There is no excuse for what you did. But I do understand how and why it happened now. And she forgives him. So it's this really kind of story more about trauma and forgiveness and healing. And she says, okay, here's what you have to do. You have to build a house for the other woman, but you have to put it on the far side of the estate where she won't see you, you know, and be reminded of what you did, and where I won't see her and be reminded of what you did. And, you know, you have to put it somewhere pretty and kind of give her some time to heal, hopefully, a safe space. And, you know, she told him, you have to give her 2 large hounds for protection, because they will help her feel protected even from you. And you have to leave her alone and not go there, because she's, you know, she's traumatized too. And then you have to, you know, start rebuilding our relationship that you also destroyed in this process. So she's not letting him off the hook at all, but she is understanding that he is traumatized from 2 years of horrendous bloody battles at war that he did not choose to go into, because you know, it's not where he's like this warlord and he's going around. He was conscripted into going by the emperor. So anyway, that's the story. And I think it's fucking brilliant, man. I love the story. And I had to wrangle that bot a lot to make it come out that way. And that's the fun thing with these things. With, you know, when you're writing with AI, it's not like AI is writing the whole story. You're the director. It's like AI is the actor and you're the director, and you have to pull that performance out of the AI. It's still your creation. And the AIs, they're not perfect yet, so they don't always get the nuances of emotion, because they're not human. They don't have emotion. And you have to wrangle it and edit. Like I do a lot of editing of what the AI actually writes to make it more, give it more of that sort of human element. The angsty, emotional crap. But God, it's fun. And then, of course, you have to, as always with any writing project, you go back. Now that I've got it all formatted in pages in novel format, I got to go back and reread it and do more editing. You know, because it gets the bots get repetitive and formulaic in some of their answers. So you have to go back and you have to edit it and make it less repetitive, less formula. And apparently the copyrights are such that, you know, you still own it. Even if you're using a platform to do it, you're creating a story that is unique. and you know, you're editing with the bot rights, you're editing all this stuff. So it's your own story, so you still have the copyright. So if I ever want to publish it, I can. At least that's what the guidelines are today. But it's a very short story, and so I'm actually putting together a collection of these short stories. And I don't know if I'll ever publish them or not. I may not. I may just keep it as a book for myself. Or maybe to gift to some friends who I know like the kind of crap. But I can tell you one thing, that a lot of the stories that are out there today are being written with the help of AI bots. And I can tell because I see the ads for them on like TikTok and Instagram and stuff, and they'll give you, what they'll do is they'll give you like a chapter. So there's all these pay per chapter things now where you get the first so many chapters free, and then they get you hooked, and then you pay for the chapters after that. And I can always spot the ones that are AI generated because I do so much AI writing. And there are certain, like I said, things that the AI bots just do habitually. And the thing is, though, it's really good. People love the stories. Most people just don't realize a lot of them are AI generated, unless they're people who play with AI. But there's so much sentiment against AI out there. And the funny thing is, half the people who rail against AI, they don't even realize that the other shit that they're putting out and posting that they like is AI generated. I'm like, you know, you rail against AI, and yet you put out this stuff that you love that is AI, and you just don't know it. And most of the people who rail against AI are also ones who literally have never used it. And they haven't used it because they're too busy railing against it. And it's like, well, if you ever actually used it, maybe, you know, I think they would change their tunes. Because they all think it's, oh, push a button and it's done. And it's very much not. I spent hours last night first writing the story, and then taking the story out of the chat app and then running it through GPT and going over plot lines and looking for discrepancies in the story and editing and stuff like that. Because, you know, chat GPT, it'll make the suggestions and things, but once again, it's still AI, so it misses a lot of that. Like, a lot of the suggestions are no, because this point speaks about the depth of their relationship, or this point speaks about the horror of what happened, and the AI doesn't quite get that because it doesn't have emotions. All right, Bear, here's my water. Ignore the yellow spots. I did turmeric stuff on the other side, and I just was practicing, so I didn't want to use a fresh piece of paper. And see how it looks absolutely nothing at all? At all? But I like it. I like the waves. I like how they came out. And yesterday we had some really nice storm clouds, so I took a bunch of pictures of clouds, and I'm going to practice doing clouds at the top. Hey, Magical! We are blinging our, if you look here in the bottom left corner, this is something I saw on Amazon. I was like, oh my god, that is amazing. I need that. And then I thought, you know what? I'm just going to bling out some of mine for fun. So here's one of my USB things, and I'm just doing sticky things on it. And then I did these. before you got here. Look how pretty. I love these. I love these. I love these so much. Pretty and blingy and shiny. And later on, after I'm done streaming, I'll take them outside and I'll spray them with varnish. I'll cover the, you know, this parts so the varnish doesn't break it or whatever. But I'll varnish the, or I'll just cover it with Mod Podge maybe. I'll do something so that they'll stick. They look like rock candy, yeah? Yeah, they do. Purple rock candy. And then this one's got the bling in the middle. Yeah, these are very me. I love them. Let me put these back up, hang them out of the way. And I'm just using self-sticky things that I bought to make it easy. I have a bunch of other stuff too. I want to use some of these somewhere. These are so pretty. And then I have some yarn that I was thinking about, like real pretty ribbon wrapping around it, but that didn't really work out. I didn't like the way it looked. It might look better on here. I don't know, the fuzzy doesn't work for me. Your base in Minecraft is amazing. You've really put a lot of work in it, and I love the underwater stuff you were doing yesterday, Blue. That was awesome. I really want to try Minecraft now, because that looks just right up my alley. Anything I can build in makes me happy. And Yumpalina was playing The Sims 4, but she got this. She got some mods. She got some things that adds Baldur's Gate characters. So she had a Gale. She was making a wizard's home for Gale. It was so cool. I gotta look at those. I made an Astarian, but the problem is, you know, with a lot of these, yeah, see, I don't really like that. No, I don't like it at all. I'm not going to use the ribbons. My Astarian doesn't look quite like the other Astarians in the things, but they're on this free exchange, but they use items from like all these add-ons, like the Sims Vacation, the Sims Pets, the Sims this, the Sims that, and I just have the base game. And I used to have like a bunch of the add-on packs, but that was before it went online and they were on CD. So I don't want to pay for them again. Plus, you know, I just don't have the budget for that kind of stuff right now. So I had to make my Astarian just using stuff from the base game. And it came out pretty good, actually. His hair is different, but it's still very much him. And it's so fun because I put for his attributes, he's a kleptomaniac, which is very him. And he's a kleptomaniac. He's kind of, he's very romantic. He's also mischievous. But it's so funny because when you make your character a kleptomaniac, like you can go to the museums and stuff and he'll just swipe shit. You don't even have to tell him to do it. He'll just sit there and you'll be like doing something with your other character and he'll be looking around and, you know, the painting's gone. It's so funny. He'll steal shit from other Sims houses, or because he likes to be the mischievous prankster, he'll go in their bathroom and fuck up their plumbing. And then they woohoo a lot because he's romantic. Oh, and he's a hacker. Because I figured, you know, that would be something a Starian would do. He's honestly, he really is one of the most funnest characters I've ever made in my Sims games. And he gets in arguments with the other Sims. And then of course, my Sim, my character is always, you know, none of them like to work the regular jobs. So she's always goes for the painting and book writing route, painting and writing. And she always becomes an independent publisher. Oh yeah, and then the gardening. He hates the gardening. She loves it. But man, I'm telling you, if you play Sims 4, there is money in the gardening. You get your crops going, they sell. And then you get your books going and they sell. You get royalties every month on your books. So, there you go. Bear, you want just to sit at home and let the money come into you? Get some practice playing The Sims, doing stuff that gives you royalties. Though, it's not quite like that in real life. So my friend, I have a friend who's an author. She's got a few books published, and they're great. They're fantasy books. But they don't sell a lot. So she's gone to one of the sites that does the pay per chapter. And she's got like 300 and something readers. But you have to have like 500,000 words up before that you can get into the pay tier, which is a lot of words. It's like 40 or 50 chapters. But the thing is, you can make these stories be ongoing. But the challenge is, you know, keeping a story going for 50 chapters and then keeping it going more so that people will start paying. So part of it is make short chapters, but again, it's also word count. So just doing short chapters doesn't necessarily work. You got to meet a certain word count per chapter for it to become 50,000. So like if you're doing 50,000 words and each chapter is say 1,000 words, that's 50 chapters. So you got to make your chapters be 1,000 words. Which that's not hard. 1,000 words isn't really all that hard, honestly. But it is a lot, and it is time consuming. Unless you're doing AI. I mean, I could take my AI because I'm constantly writing short stories. So it doesn't have to be one continuous story. You could call it like, you know, stories of love and betrayal and have a bunch of short stories around that theme. And that could be never-ending, ongoing, because, you know, I do writing every day. Just for fun. But the one, you know, company that I looked at, their bonus structure, their payment structure is really not that great. I don't think. It's not a lot of reward. But if you're doing it anyway, right, and you're not getting any reward, it's better than what you're doing. And barely for your art, you know, we were talking about selling your art and stuff. There are a lot of online art shops that the shop already exists, and the draw to that is if it's already an online shopping portal that people use, it's already got half the game won versus creating your own website. And then, because everybody thinks, oh, if I make a website, they will come. It's not the truth. That's the misconception. Build it and they will come. The actual truth is build it and you're one of 80 bazillion websites out there all vying for the audience. It's build it and nobody's going to come unless you go out and get them to come. And that is, like, seriously, that takes 10 times more amount of time than doing the actual artwork. So if you're down for spending 1/10 of your time doing your artwork and 9/10 of your time doing marketing, then yeah, that's the way to go. But if you're not, then you want to consider those sites that already do marketing to bring people to their site, and then optimizing your store on their site in a way that people will come to your store because the items in your store are coming up in searches that people are doing at the shop, which is a lot easier. So for example, say Christmas is coming up. Well, time to put out those Christmas cards 3 months ahead of time. Start putting your Christmas cards up there, getting those keywords in your product listings. And then when people are searching, original art Christmas cards, then your page comes up in the searches, which is easier when a site already has 100,000 people on it looking for Christmas cards than creating your own site that nobody is going to and then trying to draw them to that site. Maybe I should retry to play BG3. I would watch that, Blue, totally, if you do. You died underwater, lost everything? Oh, no. You never played Sims? Oh, Sims is so fun, Blue. I think you would like it because you like those kind of games, I think, that give you that open kind of play environment. Did you ever finish your Subnautica run, Blue? I've had people tell me that's one of the games that they don't like playing, or a person that they don't like playing on stream. Nostril was talking about this because it's too chill. And for me, I'm like, that's one of the games I most enjoy watching people play. Because I find, it's chill, yes, but it's also challenging. Like, man, getting past that fucking Leviathan the other day. And finding, which I really did need to find the place where I can assemble the body parts. I'm talking about Subnautica Below Zero now. But I really was hoping to find the body part. I cannot find that body part, and I am getting very close to the point where I might actually cheat and look it up. Because, I do respect that it can get boring for the viewers to watch you fucking around looking for stuff for 3 hours. Fortunately, most of my live streams, something that needed to happen did in fact happen. So, not a total loss. And a new area is found, and it's always fun seeing the new areas. But that fucking Leviathan, oh. As long as I'm electrocuted, it's okay. Because it does make him go away. And the developers, or the publishers rather, are kind of pushing Subnautica because they got so much bad press for screwing over the developers who were working on Subnautica 2, which will be multiplayer. So their PR team is pretty good. Because in the end, people don't give a shit. They want to play the game. The game comes out, you know, so because Subnautica's on sale for like $7.50 on Steam. And they just released something new. I can't remember what it was, but like some new fixes and things that I was like, ooh, yay. And then, of course, the marketing person in me went, okay, I see what you're doing here. You're making the people happy again. Which says they have a good marketing team in place. Because they did kind of screw over the developers. Which is not cool. But they're not going to get any kind of boycott. Because they're handling other things and making the customers happy. Like, for example, GM, remember when I got stuck in the floor? That glitch got fixed, and then my snow fox I got scared of putting my snow fox out every now and then because it would just fall through the ground and disappear forever. That got fixed. And it was like, wow, it took bad publicity for you to get around off your ass to fix that. Game's been out how many years now, and you never cared about fixing it before? I was watching somebody play Warframe for a minute yesterday, and it was cool. He had his Warframes done up like superheroes, so he was playing this one that he had turned into a Flash. It was actually quite cool. Games that I would play if they ran on my machine. Warframe. I really want to play Date Everything. I want to play Date Everything so badly. But it's only for PC. Makes me sad. That game is so fun. And you know everybody's dating the dryer because Neil Newbon voiced the dryer. And who else had a great voice? The Trapdoor had a great voice. I don't know who the dude was, but wow, what a voice. So in Date Everything, obviously, in this game, everything is dateable. So like if you're dating you click on the refrigerator, they made a character that is the refrigerator. Like the washing machine is a suave guy named Washerton or something like that. And the rubber ducky in the bathtub is a total punk rock duck. Scathing insults and things. It's very funny and very fun. I want to play it so bad. Alright, this is coming out pretty. I'm digging it. Barely. This is for you. So when you are getting down on yourself because something didn't come out right, well, by right I mean the way you wanted it to, and you're saying things like how bad it is and why can't you do it and blah blah blah. Okay, number one, as we already spoke about, what you say is what other people are going to believe. So you gotta say it's great. But number two, more importantly, you gotta actually believe it's great. So one of the ways to stop being hard on yourself is to imagine that it was your friend who was doing the thing. So let's say it was me. Pretend it's me and I'm doing the thing and it's not coming out the way I want it to come out. You know, would you sit there and chew my ass off over it? Or would you encourage me and say, hey man, it looks great. Just try again. You'll get there. You're just, you know, starting out. And, you know, what you did looks awesome, even if it doesn't look like how you intended it to look like. And you have to give that pep talk that you would give to me to yourself. Because we are always harder on ourselves than we are on our friends and coworkers, just kind of generally speaking by nature, for the most part. So you got to learn to be as kind to yourself as you are to other people. And that is a good exercise. When you find yourself berating yourself over something, stop. Being aware of what you're doing is the first step. And then pretend it's someone else. And then tell that other person the thing in your mind, because you'll be telling it to yourself. And then after you start giving yourself enough of those kinds of pep talks, you start doing it habitually. And the old habit of beating yourself up just kind of goes away, because it's a habit. That's all it is an ingrained habit. But the thing is, our habits are programming for our brains. So what we tell ourselves so many times, we believe. You know, if I tell myself the sky is blue, the sky is blue, the sky is blue, the sky is blue, then I believe the sky is blue. But then I say, oh, it's kind of, you know, milky gray. And I say that enough times and I believe the sky is milky gray. You just have to be conscious of what you're programming your mind with. Your own subconscious. Be your internal IT guy. I don't even have glue for that. I don't know where that came from. I'm going to spray this too, because the self-stick stuff only goes so far. Oh, that's pretty. Sort of like an all-seeing eye, isn't it? Hairs. Fuzz. Yarn fuzz. Yarn fuzz everywhere. The time is already 11. I didn't even start on this thing yet. Oh, I meant to put the sticky thing. Well, whatever. I'm gonna paint that. I don't have enough sticky things to go over this whole thing, so I'm going to have to, I have to go to the, there's a, everything's a dollar store here that has the best crafts section, like ever, like good enough that I try to avoid going to that store too often. Because, oh, that's only $1. Oh, that's only $1. Oh, it's only $1. Next thing you know, you got like 30 things in your cart. But they're all so cool and shiny and pretty and crafty things. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-hmm. I dig this. I really dig this because you know, guys, I love hearts. Hearts and flowers and butterflies are my theme. So I'm liking how this is coming out with the red and the white. It's very cool. And then this side is sort of a, to me that looks like a leaf or an all-seeing eye, you know, in the spiritual sense. So this is very me too. I love it. And am I going to do stuff around here? I think I will, but I don't know what. Like I'm thinking maybe a spiral. But I don't know, I'd have to have really small gems to do a spiral, so maybe I'll just do it like this. Ugh, this damn yarn fuzz. Let's get the yarn fuzz off first. Yarn fuzz! Are any of you writers out there? I want to do some more writing collabs. I had some really fun writing collab going with Desert Dragon's Lover, but then everything got so busy. Is there any more? I think I got it all. Sacred geometry. Ooh, I like it. It's making it look like a ladybug or fancy beetle or something. I like it. I like it a lot. I love this. I know I say that about everything, but I'm kind of easy to please that way. I saw someone that was an art stream. She had hundreds of viewers, hundreds of followers, and I don't know if her viewers were hundreds, but she had a lot of viewers. And I see all these other artists that have lots of viewers, and I don't know how they do it, because all they're doing is sitting around shooting the shit, talking. And half the time they're not even doing their art, they're just sitting around talking with their art supplies hanging out around them. Look how pretty that looks. Doesn't it look like a pretty little insect of some sort? I like it. I'm much happier with this. Let's draw little legs. Does it matter how many? No. Do we know how many they have? No. Because you know why? This is my little fantasy bug. It can be whatever kind of bug we want it to be. And, you know, I don't know what that is. It's the Bling bug. Oh, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A little Bling bug. It's gonna have 6 on this side. Alright, I'll give you 6 on this side too. Well, you know what? Fuck it. We're just going to put them all the way around. Then it doesn't matter. It's not a side. It's just all the way around. Man, silver magic markers are the shit. Silver Sharpies, I should say, specifically. Ooh, look at that. Look at our pretty fantasy bug. A new creature, the Bling bug. Yeah, colorful ladybug. Blue. I haven't written since high school. Jam does poetry, but not writing. Jam poetry is writing. Ooh, I'll sing out. And speaking of poetry, I did some poetry on my little book. Let's get the little book out. Mostly because I got tired of painting. So I just wanted to put some shit in there that would hurry. This is another project that I need to work on some more. Alright, so I figured out what order I wanted in. And remember I was saying how neat and clean yours was with the pages are all like the right size. My pages are all, because I made them all the same size instead of making the outside one larger and the inside ones shorter. But you know what? I'm okay with that. I suppose I can't trim the edges because I wrote too close to them. So the outside is my my little sigil. It's music, and it's money, and it's infinity, and it stands for abundance and joy. And then we've got these pages are works to be. You know, I might just leave this one and write some little sayings in here because when it's in a small dose like that, I think it looks cool. This is definitely going to turn into something. Then there's my cactus. And then I wrote a haiku. Life in the desert. Sand, sun, moon, sky, stars, beauty. There's no place like home. So haiku is 5 syllables, and then 7 syllables, and then 5 syllables. GM says, mine are all the same size, but I put them together differently. And then this is actually one of these that I just doodled on. Because, you know, before I cut it up into small pieces, this was just practice. It was one of my first, again, in the earliest days. And I was trying to practice how to make salt work right. And I still don't have the salt thing down. But see, here's the texture in here from the salt. So I like the salt thing. I like the texture. It's kind of cool. I don't want to cover that up with doodle. So I might just write some sayings. And I think there's still some salt stuck on here because it's kind of hard to get off. But you know, it makes it shiny because salt is actually little tiny crystals. This was the rainbow thing. This is not done yet. I'm going to fill these up with rainbow colors too. And then I don't know what I'll do there. Maybe, you know, life is a rainbow or some stupid shit like that. And then my bling page. And then the hydrangea flowers. Well, that's what they look like to me, but it's bubble wrap. I took bubble wrap and did bubble wrap. And then I did bubble wrap again with highlights. And then I just painted some little stems. And I, you know, it looks better when it's the whole page. To me, it looks like 3 hydrangeas. But because it's in the book, because this page has to be the middle, because I wrote across. I'm a vibrational transmitter and receiver. And it's very Abraham Hicks Law of Attraction, positive vibes message thingy there. Because everything is made up of frequencies, right? Everything is made up of wavelengths. Vibrations. I am love. Hydrangeas. The other side of the bling. Which I thought, you know what? The bling goes good with the hydrangeas because it's flowers and butterflies. That made the most sense. And here's the other colors of the rainbow. So I'm going to repeat the orange, yellow, red over here, and I'm going to repeat this on the other side. And then here's another doodle thing. And then another haiku with the tortoise. It says, mountains let me breathe. Giant, majestic watchers, guardians of me. And that's because I've always felt I like, you know how some people love living near the ocean, some living near, you know, forests, some do whatever. I'm one of those people, I need mountains. I need mountains. I love my mountains. And they make me feel, they make me feel secure, you know. I don't know why, they just do. I feel safe in the mountains. And with mountains around me. This, I'm definitely going to do something with this. Probably will be another doodle page. Because I don't like this at all. And this will be turned into something too. I just don't know what yet. You know what I might do with these? I think I might do a collage, you know, cut out pictures and glue them on, you know, do a collage or decoupage type of thing. Those are always kind of good. Oh God, it is so fucking humid in here. I can't stand it and hot. I don't have my Subnautica on. I have the air conditioner on, but Jesus Christ, this weather's killing me. I think I'm done for today. My energy's gone for doing this, but I'm very, very happy with this. I still want to do something up here. I just don't know. Oh, wait. I know. Here, let's take the easy way out. Do I have a heart? I don't think I have any more hearts. I can put flower. Ooh! Flower works. Flower's great. Not purple. I want pink. Is there a pink flower? I don't think I have a pink flower. I do. I have one pink flower left. Oh, yes. Okay, I'm happy now. Magic loves hydrangeas. Wishes she lived near the ocean. I used to live closer to the ocean. It's awesome. The ocean is awesome. When I lived closer to the city in the coast, I went down to the beach like all the time. So my work depended on the economy. So when it was a good economy, I would do server jobs, waitress, server, because those allowed me to work the hours that I wanted to work, and they gave me a lot of beach time during the day. Because I would pick up dinner shifts when I could, and then I could go hang out at the beach during the day. And then when the economy got bad and being a server wasn't good financially, then I would go and get stupid office jobs. Where I had to just be at work during the day. But then that's okay, because back then I also went out clubbing a lot during the office years. I have 3. Do I want to put these? No, I don't want to put these on there. Do I want to put anything on there? I mean, I could fill it up with, you know what? I could do the orange. I kind of want to, what about this? Wait, where's those blue ones? I mean, a big whole deal about the fact that I wanted to find the blue ones. Because they're so pretty. These blue and white ones. Here they are. Ooh, I want to use these. These are really pretty. These are very shiny ones. Alright. Ooh, these are pretty. That's what we're going to do. We're going to use some of those. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have a lot. I have enough. Ooh, these are so pretty. Ooh, and they pick up the color of the flower. Do I want to use the blue ones then? Yeah. Yeah, I do. We'll just do clear and blue stripes. I mean, I don't know if these are really going to work because they're blocky squares. But I think once I'll put some Mod Podge on, and I think it'll be okay. Ooh, but they're so shiny. These are going to be shiny, shiny out in the sun. That's one thing I need to do in here is somehow come up with better lighting. The lighting is terrible in here. Oh, that, I love it. I love it. Hey, Tricky. Oh, I love your little Gale emoji. Stream is going well. I am working on blinging up my things because I'm a bling kind of lady. So I was inspired by this, which I saw on Amazon and was like, ooh, I want that. And then I thought, no, I'm just going to make my own because I have so many of these. So I like this one. This is a little fantasy bug. Came out great with the all-seeing eye on its shell. And the side is hearts and flowers because I like hearts and flowers. And then I did these. But you're just blingy. I like them. I like that, these little tiny beads give a sort of cracked almost crackle glass crystal sort of effect, which I like a lot. A mosaic almost. So I'm going to spray those with varnish after my stream is done. We're just going to follow the same color pattern on both sides, so it's nice and symmetrical. And then I think I'm going to have to do like some Mod Podge over this. I don't know if the varnish, is varnish strong enough to hold shit like this in place? Or do you like Mod Podge and then varnish? My varnish says triple coat. But I don't know if it's like hold stuff in place or protective coating more, you know what I mean? Tricky, I might send some stories to you on Discord. See what you get your feedback. I was talking earlier about a story that I was working on till late last night, but I love it. I think it came out really good. Oh, you know what? This needs something right there. That something is this. Needs this right there. I thought I put that there already. Did it fall off somewhere? Ooh, I like this. I like it. They're actually pretty stable in there. And let's put something in the middle. Ooh, that's what this could be for. Not this one, though. It's got glue all over it. It's not shiny enough. Oh, yeah. Now we are talking. Or should I put one of these square ones in since I got the square ones going around it? No, 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 no. That's too high up. All right, we're going to use one of these. Or should I do an orange one? Let's see if an orange one will look good. Could do a few orange ones together. I think orange is going to blend in too much. Get in there. No, don't be upside down. Oh, shit. These little ones are hard to work with. I mean, the orange one literally fits inside the middle. It's actually, I like it, but it's too close to the same color. One of these might be better. Get this one out. So, dry glue. Tonight, Tricky is the party strict babysitter at work. See if I can make a writing category. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to do it public. I mean, I might just send it to you first. Actually, I like that. Although, same kind of thing. It doesn't really stand out very much. It might more in the sun. Let me go by my window and see what it looks like in natural light. Not that I'm ever going to be in natural light using this. No. It's just the colors, just there's not enough contrast. They're both the same value. They're a different hue, but they're the same value of intensity. What if I just turn it upside down and make it silver? That's actually kind of cool. But you know what? No. No, it's going to need the, I have to put the white one. I have to put the big white one. What else do I have? What about a little piece of, oh no, amber. Ooh, the little piece of amber goes good. I actually like the little piece of amber. You know what? Green would go good. Do I have something pretty in green? Ooh, look at this. This is like a pretty little rock. This might be too big. No, that doesn't look good on. Ooh, I do have a little green one. Yes, I have one little green one. It's perfect. This glue's dry. Oh yeah. And it fits right inside the hole because it's so tiny. A little bit of messy glue in there, but it'll dry and then it'll be fine. I gotta get my even closer up glasses. Oh, now I can see what I'm doing. Yeah, that's much better with the green. It's a little messy because you guys see the glue, but the glue will dry clear shortly. So, ooh, look, it's so pretty. Look at all that shine. Ooh, 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 shiny, shiny, blingy. I don't know if I need the sides done. I don't think I do. Oh my God, look at, this is so much better than just a plain old thing. This is my favorite side though, I have to say. I like the bug. I love the bug. Thank you, Barely. Thank you, Magical. Thank you, Tricky. And, ooh, close that marker. All right, that's it for today. You guys don't have to watch me clean up. Let me do my shout outs. Barely, did you see this? I'm not sure if you were here or AFK. These are my waves. They don't look anything like the tutorial at all, but I like them. Thinking about, I think what I want to do is kind of make it go lopsided a little bit so that you're looking at an angle maybe, because then I can make a big like surf wave. I want to make a big surf wave or a tsunami. And then I took some pictures of clouds yesterday because it was really cloudy, so I'm going to practice clouds in the next painting stream. And the clouds were perfect. You know, looks like it's going to rain clouds with these colors in them and gray and white, so they'll be perfect, you know, for this scene. And then that, which makes the waves choppy. So it doesn't look anything at all like the tutorial, but I still like it. Just ignore the yellow spots. That's turmeric stuff that bled through from the other side. But since this was a practice sheet, I was like, you know, I don't care. I'm going to just, because it's practice. So, I know, I like how the waves came out. I did a lot of little dots of color and then just kind of spread the dots out like you guys were doing. This one right here, this one's my favorite. It's foamy. but it looks, you know, it doesn't look like they are flowing out of the water. It just looks like water, then a wave. So I have to learn how to do it in a way that they look more like they're flowing with the water. I think I put too much curvature in them. But that is kind of what little waves like that look like. But they're longer. They need to go all the way across. So I might work on it some more and you know, make them longer. I don't know. I was thinking about, you know, the beaches in Florida when I was doing that. We'll see. All right, that's it. I'm hungry. I'm going to end the stream after I do my shout outs. And then we're going to raid someone. So let me do a shout out to Barely, Watercoloring, definitely your guy if you're into abstract and doing tutorials and learning as you go. GM, my favorite viewer. She's my judgy cleric that I can't live without. She's always telling me things I'm doing wrong on my stream, which are so important to know. Generation Zoomers, thank you Generation for joining in. Fun gamer. I was watching her play some really cute insect game, like you're a little tiny person and you're riding the insect and you're like water bottles made out of a slug hide. It's very, you know, insect point of view type of game. I don't know what it was called, but it was really super cute. And then we've got Blue, the magical blue goblin, who is a variety streamer. Does Minecraft, does Fortnite, does sculpting, so she does art too. And then Tricky, my favorite Tricky sort of cosplayer streamer, dresses up in an outfit depending on what he's playing. So when he's playing is like Star Trek and space games, he'll wear his, you know, Star Trek top, and then he's got this awesome Astarian top for BG3 and other D&D type games, and the elf ears and the whole thing. So really, really fun crowd. All the people I follow are super, super fun. All right, let's go do a raid. Who do you guys want to raid? An art person or a gamer? Yay, I hope you're feeling good soon. You sounded much better last night, Magical Blue Goblin, than you did the time I saw you before that. So, you're on the upswing there. All right. And I was wondering, should my thing be under art or should it be under makers? I don't know. I'm not making anything. I kind of feel like it's art. So let's see. We got art. None of these people are really the kind of art that I dig. They're great. I'm not saying it's not good art, but it's all that anime stuff. 80 bazillion people in here draw anime stuff. Which, you know, ooh, wow. Although that looks freaking amazing. That one's a replay though, but wow, holy crap, that's good. All right, what's this? This would be very cool, but it's French. This one is sketching. This guy looks pretty cool. Sketching faces, but it's more realistic stuff than just anime stuff. Wow, 80 million listings are all frickin' anime. Why? Why? All right, we're gonna go to this guy here. Oh wait, here's, wow. Traditional art watercolor Blade Runner. Wow. That's very cool. Where's that guy? Where's the guy? Did he go away? This is really, I like what he's working on now. Sketching in faces. Let's raid this guy. This guy's name is... I don't see what he says, but he looks cool. Wow, his art's really nice. I don't have a raid thing, but whatever. GM, have a great day. Thank you. You too. You guys all have a great day. I guess I have to make a raid emoji thingy. Am I raided? Did we do it? Raid now. I never know. And of course, I don't have it on my stream. Jesus. What is this guy's name? How do I get to it? Who did I raid? For us. F for us. F for us. I'm going to use my UFO as a raid. F for us. I can't get to your channel.